Shalom, shalom, beautiful people of Yasharal. Just wanted to take a little video of my sanctuary here, porch life. Myself and my husband really do enjoy, our family enjoys, and sometimes I think this is the best part of coming in, is just coming into the driveway and seeing the jungle effect of all the mature trees that we have here that goes even back into the woods back there. So yeah, I'm really loving the porch, and I'm just sharing a little bit of this because I'm thinking about tackling another topic. I know this is like a overflood of people doing this today, but the scriptures do say that the elder women do teach the younger. So as an elder woman who has been married for 42 years, August 23rd, which was just this past Wednesday, I think it was, I think there might be something that I can legitimately have a say in, having walked it and having had a history of a successful marriage versus, winging it and taking talking points from people who may not have necessarily have a history of a relationships. They may have information about relationships, but they really don't have a history of actually having lived and walked through successful relationships. And when I say successful, I by no means mean a perfect relationship, because that's just pure fantasy. I mean having weathered the storm, having been able to make it through the seasons that for sure are going to come your way. I personally have, there's a lot of talk now about a woman being feminine. Like, I don't know, this is nothing new, but I guess for every generation, like, I have a saying that, if you want to call it a game, and it's really not a game, but the game is not new. There are a lot of people who are new to the game. So you're talking about younger people in their late teens and 20s now navigating their way through relationships. And what I find interesting is the climate of, a lot of young people turning to young people who are still trying to figure it out, who are not really living the life, while at the same time you have the wisdom of your elders who do have a success and who can share, and there's a rejection of it. But, nevertheless, to each his own. I believe I would like to do something like that for those who may be inclined to hear from people who have actually walked this walk, lived this walk, and are still sustaining in that walk. To me, it makes all the sense in the world. This is our house. This is house number 3 for us. Obviously, it is not a mansion. It's what we could get in the market right now. I call it our little farmhouse. There's a lot of work that has to be done in it. And surprise, surprise, we came prepared to do the work. But my husband and myself, our family is having a challenge health-wise with his health right now. So a lot of stuff that he would have done like months ago, we're still kind of languishing in that. But nevertheless, he's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We've been ride or die for decades. And this is what we do. Strengthened by the Most High. We know he's had our back all this time, even though it does get difficult at times. I'm not going to lie. You just wonder why. Life tends to keep bringing you challenges. We did lose a son together. So we still have a son, my son by love, and my daughter. We have grandchildren with both of the children that we have left at this point. And it was our heart's desire to have a space for them to come and stretch out, for our friends and beloveds. Well, all of our friends are beloveds. Our beloved Mishpachah, those believers in, you know, who we are, being the chosen people, scattered to the four winds. That Mishpachah means family. So it's been our heart's desire to have a space that would be welcoming to them. One thing I would like to say is to the young women and men, well, really to the young women, because this is about the women. Don't be afraid to start out with little to nothing. If you have a man who truly loves you and he is loyal, that's a key. You don't hear people talk about that too much. You're always talking about communication. I mean, some people can be fine communication, but they could be communicating to you lies. So we need to stop with the nonsense. You need someone genuine and who is loyal and who is a hard worker and a protector. Those will be key elements in choosing a husband, I would say, because those things will stand the test of time. And so I wouldn't be afraid of starting out with nothing. My husband and I started out with much of nothing. We began, first of all, sharing an apartment with his roommate when we first got married. Now, of course, that didn't work out too long. Us being a married couple and his friend still a bachelor. Okay, but a couple months after we were married, we moved to Newark, New Jersey, one-bedroom apartment where we began our family. And we did not by any means have all of the equipment that a lot of young mothers have today. And this is not to take away from what they have, because if you're blessed to have it, why not? But if you don't have it, I'm saying don't sweat it, because it doesn't matter what people on the outside are looking at. Take care of your inside. I think that's the key point for me. It has always been the key point for me, is making sure that the inside is comfortable. It's an atmosphere of home and peace, and it's what you like. It's what you like. So you start off small like we did, and obviously over the years, you know, I've collected a lot of stuff, still purging a lot of stuff, but you know, like some of the older things I have on the porch, stuff that I'm really not about that life no more, like a little blue vase in the corner, you know, like the kind of like the granny look stuff that I thought was so nice, you know, like 25, 30 years ago. And I'm just not having it no more, but it works on the porch, you know, but we didn't get here overnight. Again, this is not an estate. This is not, you know, whatever you want to call high level anything. It's just us maintaining a home and having enough peace in our lives to be able to love on the people that we love. That is the goal for me. It always has been. I've always been nurturing. I've always loved children. I've always loved just home to be comfortable. I just remember my mom telling me that as a kid, as a teenager, and I remember doing that too. She would come home from work and I'll be done rearrange the furniture in the house just for a fresh look, just seeing, well, how does that look there and how does it make you feel? So it's all good, but it takes time to get there. And so I think what I would like to do with my channel when I go into topics with young women is to redirect what you may think is important things to have in order to get married, knowing that so many families that we came from, I mean, come on, if we waited for all of the ducks and all of everything to line up in a row, like this amount of money in the bank to get this kind of car, to get this kind of house before we started our families, how many of us black folks will be here? I know I wouldn't. So I'm thankful for folks who just made a decision to just have a family, love on the family, and do the best that you can. And there's a way to do it. There's a way to have wisdom. There are choices to be made food-wise, where you live, work-wise, even down to like daycare. Like, is daycare really feasible when you think about, you know, gas, travel, clothes, lunch, time spent away from nurturing and being the main person to pour into your child? Is the cost worth it? Does it weigh out? So I think I'd like to discuss some topics like that. So let me know. I didn't want to make this video too long. Just want to kind of share with you, as an older woman in her 60s who has had a bit of life experience in a marriage that has sustained, successful, but not perfect, but we've weathered the storm. If there's anything that I can add to help you as a young woman, just to make some better decisions with life, with men, and just with home. So let me know your thoughts as I share this and upload this. And I look forward to some feedback if there be anyone out there who's interested. Thanks for taking the time to watch and share with me. And shalom.